What's the difference between lightsaber snobbery and lightsaber practicality? So I wanted to talk about this, you guys, because, well, previously I did a video about lightsaber snobbery and elitism, and a lot of you responded with that. I know it's a very touchy subject, very popular subject, so I wanted to revisit that, but mix in something new, and that's the practicality. So with lightsaber snobs and elitists, a lot of them will maybe swear by certain companies of sabers, and they'll have to spend, say, $500 on a saber, and they turn up their noses at some of the lower end sabers or certain saber companies. So that's sort of, that's the negative stuff we associate with lightsaber snobs, right? Well, the other side of the coin, the flip side of that really is that snob, that so-called snob, may have some valid points buried in there. So some of the very inexpensive lightsabers, it's true, they're cheaply made and they're more prone to breaking down, and their wiring may be inferior. They might be missing certain things like a chassis, a protective chassis. There's lots of pieces like that to it, right? So even if someone's being a snob, it doesn't mean that some of the things they're saying, it doesn't mean those things aren't true. So where do you really draw the line? How can somebody be very tactful in saying, oh, such and such company, they do XYZ or they don't do XYZ, without kind of coming across as being snobby? Because we do have the problem, right, that some people will only be able to afford a $50 lightsaber, a $100 lightsaber. So if that's, those are the only options that they have, then they're going to have to go with a saber in that price range, right? Or do you think someone in that situation should save up more and get kind of more of a mid-range or so lightsaber? It's hard to say, you guys, and especially on a very first saber purchase, that can be very hard for people to kind of dive into the saber community, and they're afraid of spending a lot of money and having a problem with the saber, which in some sense that could either be an argument for your first saber being very cheap and expensive. That could also be an argument for your first saber being a little bit more than cheap, just a one step up from that, because it might be a more reliable saber company. But what do you guys think about this topic? When does somebody cross the line from being snobby about lightsabers or cross the line from being practical, rather, about lightsabers, having kind of practical issues with a saber or saber company? When do they cross that line into being snobby and elitist? Let me know in the comment section, and yeah, let me know about your own experiences buying lightsabers.